Guys, this video is literally insane. It's taken several months to plan, multiple bricklink orders, and 1 full month of building. So make sure you like and subscribe so that I can make videos as ambitious as this one. Last thing, this video contains spoilers for 2017's It, so watch at your own risk. Now let's get into it. So a lot of you don't know this, but the 2017 movie adaptation of Stephen King's It is my favorite movie ever. I love horror movies, and this one is close to perfection for my taste. From the soundtrack to the scenery to the characters and just the fantastic performance of Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, this movie has it all. But it's not for the faint of heart, so, watch it with a friend or something. Anyways, I knew I wanted to do something for Halloween, and way back in April, I started thinking about building Well House, where Pennywise lives. I rewatched the movie and drew a plan of the house throughout. I had to make a couple changes from the movie, and some of the things I drew in the plan didn't make it into the mock, but it is huge and packed with Easter eggs and references to the movie, so let's start with the figures. Along with several parts orders from Bricklink, I ordered a custom Pennywise figure from minifiguresbricks.com, link in the description, and it is just amazing. I mean, the detail is incredible. I made a few modifications and I really like how it looks. Then I made my own custom Stanley, Richie, Bill, Eddie, Mike, Ben, and I really like how they turned out. So the struggle with this video is that there's so much to go through, I'm not entirely sure where to start. And the idea of filming all of this is daunting, but if you're seeing this, I guess I did it. The first thing I filmed is the border, so I guess I'll start with that. So the border is the same as always. The highlight this time is I used red tiles to spell out it, and the letters really stand out. Okay, the sidewalk is pretty basic, gray tiles with some studs for texture, but I've placed a lamppost, a bin, a bench, and 3 bikes, because in the movie, the Losers Club bikes to the house. The gang is all at the front gates, and the fence is the next thing that may catch your eye. It's basically made with an assortment of bar and clip pieces in different shapes and sizes, connected at different angles and points, to create an old and jagged feel. There's also chains hanging across to enhance the haunted effect. If we make our way to the garden, you'll see the grass is very sparse, and the loose dirt is exposed, so I used dark tan as the base color. I had to order some of the old flower stems and scatter them across to create the tall grass effect. There are 5 trees in total. 2 of them are oak trees with a technique I've used several times. The trunk is basically built using Travis bricks put through a flex tube, which are then decorated with different plates and tiles in brown. The next 2 trees are pine trees, which use a leaf weaving technique, where different assemblies using decreasing numbers of leaves are made, and stacked one on top of the other to create the shape of a pine tree. The last tree is the big one in front of the house, very distinctly seen in the movie, and it's a dead tree, much bigger than the others. The trunk is built using inverted tires of different sizes and textures, stacked onto 2 pieces. Branching out of the middle and the top are branches of different sizes and shapes, which I think look really accurate. All 3 of these tree techniques are from Dan the Fan, so check out his video on trees, link in the description. Moving on to the outside of the house, I've left some walls not filled in, so the inside can be seen, as this house is definitely not modular. There's a small tower on the left, the curved walls being achieved using hinge plates, and there's windows, both tinted or boarded up, scattered around the house. All of the walls are built using snot bricks with dark bluish gray tiles, which I had to order a lot of. The walls look really accurate to the actual house, and I really like the texture of the tiles give. The roof was a real challenge because of all the angles I had to deal with, especially with the round tower. I used angle plates connected to clip pieces to accomplish it, but it was a long process, which still gave not fully satisfying results. Taking a look inside, we have the iconic basement, which is home to the well. In the movie, the Losers Club heads into the well, which leads them to the sewers where Pennywise is keeping Beverly captive. I built the well by using a technique from the LEGO Architecture Ideas book, where you basically alternate between 2x1 bricks and round 1x1 bricks to create a curved wall. The rest of the basement has a shelf area and is covered in vines. The stairs lead to the first floor, where we have the living room on one side. There's an armchair and a TV with a classic 80s design. All over the floor there's more vines and newspapers, and even a rat eating cheese. Next there's the room inside the tower, which basically has a piano, a small stool, and another armchair. Lastly there's the kitchen, where the iconic scene of Pennywise coming out of the fridge occurs. There's the fridge itself, a round table, and a few chairs, along with cabinets built using window frames and panels. Lastly, there's 2 ovens stacked one over the other, because I recall seeing 2 ovens in the movie. Following the 2 flights of stairs to the second floor, there's a corridor spanning most of the floor's width, and there's 4 rooms. Firstly, there's a small storage unit with an assortment of random items such as cauldrons, plates, teapots, and baskets. There's even a tape recorder. Next, there's a small bedroom, again, very basic, with a bed, a nightstand, and a candle. Then there's the room where Richie and Billy get trapped, after Eddie goes to the other side of the house and falls through a hole into the kitchen. In this room there's a mattress, like in the movie, and I made the spider version of Stanley, using one of those round pieces with 8 bars. with a zombie head on top. There's a stool and a chair, and I even included the door leading out, which is not scary at all. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough space to include the other 2 doors, but it's still a cool nod to that scene. Lastly, we have the famous clown room where Richie finds his own body in a coffin. Here I've placed several upper halves of monsters' bodies with a brick-built coffin on the end. I can't believe I've been talking for 6 minutes. Wow, this video is going to be a long one. Hopefully there was at least one part of this mock you enjoyed, and if so, consider subscribing because it helps me out a ton. And if you're feeling generous, leave a like. I wanted to keep this project a secret, so I didn't really post about it on Instagram, but there's some other cool stuff on there, such as this recent series I've started called Minifigure Photography Sunday. Now I won't keep you any longer, go trick-or-treating, or finish your Sunday night homework. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.